oh, it's just a regular checkup. All right. But when I say I'm going through my pregnancy alone, is you saying that? Why you saying you going through it alone? You act like I ain't dish. You act like I ain't buy you food. Buy me food. Okay. Let me just bow down because you bought me a $15 Chinese food plate. Let me just bow down and kiss the ground you walk on because you bought me that.
She humiliated herself and didn't even notice. That's the verdict TikTok's been echoing ever since Jehvanaj dropped her latest relatable video, turning it into a cringe sensation overnight. View counts soared, but not for the reasons she wanted. Recently, she filmed a live confession. I did it 'cause I thought y'all would love me more, and that alone sparked the collapse. Now, fan comments are merciless, mocking memes flooding Instagram. Even influencers are calling it Pick Me Gate, oblivious epic fail, and culture's biggest cringe collapse of the year. But what really happened? Behind that shaky camera angle and awkward monologue lies months of chasing clout, begging for approval, and making risky authentic content. We've got leaks of deleted DMs, TikToks she tried to scrub, and one ghosted video calling Jehvanaj herself out before she even knew it. This isn't just viral, it's ruinous. Because once an influencer loses their credibility in the worst way, there's no coming back. And if you thought this was funny, the twist reveals how much Jehvanaj is really drowning behind the act. Brace yourselves, it's about to get uncomfortably real. From the outside looking in, Jehvanaj seemed like every other Gen Z content creator grinding through the TikTok algorithm. She had the lashes, the edits, the spiritual baddie captions. But behind the filters was a pattern nobody wanted to say out loud. She was the classic pick-me. And not just in the flirty, playful sense. We're talking full-blown, algorithm-chasing, desperate for approval mode. The kind where every video had her literally reshaping herself into whatever version she thought would finally make her blow up. It didn't start this way. Jehvanaj's early content, it was soft, chill story times, what I eat in a day posts, a couple of...
I was like 10 o'clock at night, just got back home. Girl, it was crazy. I thought today was gonna be like real good and just like such a positive day and just like so full of love and stuff like that. Boy, was I wrong. This isn't a negative video or anything like that though, because I know it's certain people that's just looking for a response out of me because, you know, anyways, we ain't gonna get into it, but all I have to say is just like, choose carefully who you have a family with. Today didn't end well, and I'm 9 months pregnant, but it's okay because at the end of the day, God is in control of everything, and you know, so I'm about to go to the hospital because...
Healing crystal. Reviews. Then, seemingly overnight, the shift began, and it was loud. Ladies, y'all really be acting like y'all don't need a man. That's wild to me. That TikTok alone caused the comments to explode. Half the viewers were like, girl what? While the other half egged her on. The attention? Addictive. The engagement? Explosive. And just like that, Jehvanaj doubled down. She pivoted hard into a niche she thought was giving controversial truth teller. But it came off as clout-thirsty chaos. Constant videos pandering to male validation. If your girl doesn't serve you dinner and rub your back every night, she doesn't deserve you type content. Side eyes grew louder. But here's the thing. She didn't stop there. She got strategic. She started stitching other women's vulnerable videos and using them as props to preach her pick-me gospel. One TikToker shared a clip crying after a breakup and Jehvanaj stitched it saying, "That's what happens when you disrespect a man." Yup. It got dark. And her followers? At first, they loved the drama. People screen recorded her takes and reposted them with "she's delusional but iconic." Others weren't so kind. One commenter said, "Jeh really thinks she's building an empire, but sis, it's just a collapse in slow motion." Another posted, "She's not controversial. She's just a walking contradiction." By this point, influencers with massive followings, especially female creators, started subtweeting her without even naming names. Everyone knew who they were talking about, but none of that stopped Jeh. She turned it into a brand, started selling Pick Me Energy t-shirts, released a playlist called Songs to Serve Your King, even launched a mini course titled Unlocking Femininity, Obeying to Elevate. No, we're not joking. That really happened. But here's where things took a darker, more personal turn. Behind the scenes, people in her own circle were trying to intervene. Leaked DMs later revealed a close friend messaging her, people are laughing at you, not with you. Please stop. She left them on read. Then came the first major crack in her armor. Her ex, a low-key content creator named Reese, exposed her in a now deleted TikTok. Reese posted, "She told me to break her heart on camera for views." He included voice notes, screenshots, even a plan she typed out for 3-part heartbreak content. It was calculated clout farming, weaponized vulnerability, and while some fans defended her with, "That's just content strategy," most of the internet didn't. Suddenly, her brand wasn't truth teller anymore. It was fraud with a ring light. She went silent for a week. Then came the video, the now infamous clip that would take her from mildly problematic to full-blown TikTok exile. In it, she stares into the camera, tearless but trembling. "I just want people to understand that I was doing this for y'all. I thought, if I could just be the girl y'all wanted, I'd finally feel like I mattered." It felt like a confession, a breakdown, and a final plea for relevance all at once. But instead of sympathy, the floodgates opened. Meme pages went feral. Reaction TikToks used her sound as comedy. Even verified creators started parodying her monologue. Word for word, she'd officially become that girl, the internet's newest cringe icon. And what's worse, the next thing that leaked made it clear that Jehvanaj's downfall was just beginning. It started with a cryptic Instagram story, black background, white text, no context. "Sometimes you have to become a mother to realize you were never a daughter." People were confused. Was this a poem? A self-help quote? Was she okay? The very next post cleared up the confusion, a blurry mirror selfie with a faint belly curve and a single caption, "I said what I said." The internet lost it. People flooded Twitter and TikTok, speculating like wildfire. Wait, is Jehvanaj pregnant? I knew she was messing with Reese again. Oh, she's pulling a full-blown redemption arc plot twist. But within hours, someone spilled the tea. A mutual of Reese's posted alleged DMs of Jeh herself admitting, "It's a prop belly. I'm not crazy. I just need the views back." It spread like wildfire. Receipts, side-by-sides, voice notes, reposts. Within minutes, people were dragging her back into the mud she just barely crawled out of. Only now, it wasn't just cringe. It felt manipulative. #PickMeGate started trending on Twitter. Even TikTok's algorithm couldn't ignore it. Every time someone typed Jehvanaj, the autofill suggested, "Jehvanaj fake pregnancy, Jehvanaj exposed again, Jehvanaj needs help." And just when the pressure should have pushed her into a break, she went live. And this live? It wasn't just chaotic, it was career-shattering. She started off whispering, visibly shaken, with her usual filter but make it melancholic aesthetic. "Y'all really think you know me, but all you know is content. I've been playing a character." But then came the rant. She name-dropped creators who had nothing to do with the drama. She accused Reese of ruining her future as a mother and said he didn't deserve to be included in the storyline. She even took shots at her own followers. "Y'all act like y'all care, but all you do is laugh. I shoulda just started an OnlyFans like the rest of y'all fake empowered girls." And then, she started crying. Not sobbing, not breaking down. Just quiet, steady tears. The camera shaking, the comments flooding. "Girl, you need therapy, not TikTok. This is scary now." Sis really pulled the sympathy card after the prank? Nah. But the most damning part of that live. She said she was being sabotaged by her own manager. That's right. Jeh accused her manager, Tay, of leaking all the fake pregnancy info, the cloud content calendar, and even scheduling the breakup with Reese months prior. "He told me if I didn't stir drama, I'd be forgettable. He made me become the pick-me. I never wanted this." Then she turned off the camera and disappeared. No new content, No reposts, no apologies, nothing. But the internet wasn't done with her. The very next morning, a popular commentary YouTuber dropped a 25-minute expose titled, "The Self-Destruction of Jehvanaj, a TikTok Tragedy." It hit 600,000 views in one day. It featured a leaked email allegedly from Tay, her manager, titled Q3 Content Strategy. Inside, a detailed plan including breakup arc make him look disloyal, spiritual cleanse week, crystals, meditation content, fake pregnancy reveal cloud grab, convert to IG Reels, final breakdown live, turn off comments. Yup. He planned it all, like a Netflix series, like a character arc, and fans were horrified, but also fascinated, because whether they hated her or loved to hate her, Jeh had officially become the internet's most chaotic performance artist without meaning to. But that wasn't even the biggest twist. Nope, that came when another TikToker came forward, a woman named Zara, who claimed to be an ex-client of the same manager, said, "Tay used the same manipulation tactics on me. He thrives on mental breakdowns. He calls it authenticity farming." That phrase alone, authenticity farming, sparked a new movement. Now everyone was digging through their favorite creators' content, questioning what was real, what was fake, and who might be getting puppeteered behind the scenes. Jehvanaj, the girl who just wanted to be seen, had accidentally exposed something much darker, a content machine that chews creators up and sells their meltdowns for clicks, and yet, the backlash only deepened. Now people were asking if she knew it was fake. Why did she go along? Why stitch vulnerable women's content? Why create a cult following of women tearing other women down? No answers came. Instead, Justine posted a black screen to her TikTok with a 3-word caption, "Taking time offline." But you already know, this story ain't even close to being over. So after Jehvanaj posted that silent "taking time offline" black screen post, you'd think people would leave it alone, right? Wrong. Within 24 hours, TikTok turned into a digital crime scene. Multiple creator detectives were talking, full-blown FBI energy started connecting dots, and all arrows were pointing toward a secret burner account, allegedly run by Jeh herself. The account, at OnlyTruthNaFilter 2023, it had been commenting under anti-race and anti-female empowerment content for months. Some comments said, "Feminism is just bitterness with lip gloss. Some of these girls deserve to be alone tbh. Y'all mad," she said, what you were scared to. And get this, the account had just 32 followers. But one of them was Tay's burner email. Another was Jeh's cousin's backup hair page. The receipts were too specific to ignore. People started screen recording everything. Twitter threads were going bonkers. Jeh made a fake account to hype herself up while dragging the same women she collabed with. This is next level insecure. How is she gonna cry on live about being manipulated when she's out here creating multiple personas for attention? That should have been bad enough. But then came the broken contract leak. An anonymous friend of Jess, likely a fed-up former assistant, let's be real, leaked a partial PDF contract allegedly between Jeh and a known TikTok agency called Glowing Media. The contract breakdown had fans shook. Section 4A. Mandatory emotional arc cycle every 90 days. Creator must showcase either heartbreak, betrayal, or moral conflict via video content. Section 5C. Negative attention clause. Creator must not publicly denounce hate comments or toxicity for minimum 7 business days to maximize engagement. Section 6F. Pregnancy-adjacent storylines optional but incentivized. Creator to retain 80% of affiliate brand revenue during activation. Silence. TikTok couldn't handle it. What started as cringe content from a wannabe pick-me just exposed a darker truth. Influencer agencies might be designing their creators' pain, controlling their breakdowns, and monetizing their trauma. But while that shock was still fresh, another name entered the chat. One of TikTok's favorite soft girl era influencers, Camry B, posted a now viral TikTok where she broke down the moment she realized Jeh wasn't just toxic. She was calculated. Y'all remember when I collabed with her on that Glow Up series? Right after that, She edited me out of our joint video and stitched it with a "she don't support me" trend. I called her out privately. She never responded. She knew what she was doing. And then she showed DMs. "Jeh, don't take this personal, girl. It's engagement week. Camry, you're literally lying on me for clout. Jeh, it's just a cycle. You'll get a bum too." Viewers were seething, not her treating her friends like content arcs. Jeh is the main character in a horror story she wrote herself. This ain't pick-me energy. This is narcissist network behavior. Meanwhile, brands started backing away fast. Makeup Maven pulled their affiliate code. Lulux Skincare scrubbed her from their PR list. Even the Spiritual Sunday subscription box she once promoted issued a quiet statement. "We believe in authenticity and compassion. We do not condone manipulating narratives for monetary gain." Ouch. And while Jeh stayed silent, her TikTok followers began a mass unfollow campaign. In just 3 days, her follower count dropped from 1.4 million to under 990K. People weren't just walking away, they were excising her from their digital lives. But here's the twist that made jaws drop. Tay, her ex-manager, went live with an anonymous podcast and dropped bombs. Jeh was never manipulated. She pitched a pregnancy arc herself. She had 3 backup drafts of the live meltdown depending on how the public responded. She wanted to start a fake public beef with Camry to do a fake healing collab. The girl is addicted to plot twists. And then he said something that took the drama to a whole new level. She was planning to announce that she was leaving womanhood for content. WH80? The podcast host almost choked. The audience couldn't believe it, and within minutes, Twitter ran wild. Jeh was about to invent a new identity just to keep her name trending. This is deeper than we thought. Not even villains on TV are this unhinged, and she still has a platform. The TikTok community was in full meltdown, and yet, as horrifying as it was, people couldn't look away, because there was one question that hadn't been answered. Who was the baby belly selfie actually meant for? Rumors began swirling that a minor rapper from LA who had quietly unfollowed her that same day might have been the real reason behind the post. Some claimed he got her pregnant for real and she used the prank to mask the real story. Others said Jeh was preparing to reset her brand through spiritual rebirth, and the pregnancy was just symbolism. But no one knew, because Jeh still hadn't said a word, and the silence was loud until a 3-second IG story surfaced showing her with red-rimmed eyes, a cut on her cheek, and a background voice saying, "Tell them what you said about your fans, Jeh." Then it cut. And no context, no timestamp, no follow-up, just enough to make the world stop. What was she about to confess? Who was filming her? Was she being held accountable or controlled again? And why was her own mother commenting, "You gotta tell the truth before it breaks you"? This ain't just a pick-me downfall. It's a digital collapse caught in real time, and everyone watching can feel it. The next post could change everything. By now, the entire internet had exploded into digital chaos. What began as a petty pick-me trend turned into one of the most divisive influencer controversies TikTok had ever seen, and the reactions? Oh, they were messy, emotional, and merciless. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, it felt like every app had transformed into a war zone. One side screamed, "She's a manipulator, a clout-chaser, a fraud," while the other side still clung on like, "No one's perfect, just misunderstood." But what really set it off was the viral #Jehvanity hashtag, where users started compiling her emotional exploitations over the years into one giant thread titled, "Every time Jeh weaponized her tears for views, a breakdown you need to see." And honey, it was damning. One user showed her infamous "I lost my best friend" video, which turned out to be staged. Another stitched clips of her crying about body image, then posting sponsored shapewear ads 24 hours later. Even clips of her surprise breakups were dragged because she'd allegedly reused audio from a Netflix scene in one of them. People were tired. Every emotion she's shown was for sale. "I can't believe I cried with her. She's better than Netflix, but that's not a compliment. This girl turned heartbreak into hustle. I feel sick. And while her fanbase crumbled, her enemies thrived. You remember Camry B, the soft girl era influencer she allegedly backstabbed. She went live with over 80,000 viewers tuned in. Camry held nothing back. She told me she doesn't believe in friendship, that people are just stepping stones. She laughed when y'all sent her Venmo money after that I got evicted video. Said it worked better than brand deals. She's not broken. She's not healing. She's rehearsing. And then, like a dagger to the soul, she doesn't love her fans. She pities them. Boom. You could hear a pin drop across the entire internet. Within seconds, TikTokers were reposting, remixing, and reacting in disgust. She called us stepping stones. Oh, she done. I sent her $40 during that eviction week. I feel played. But even worse, screenshots started leaking from brands who once partnered with her, and their internal reactions weren't pretty. From Lulux Skincare's PR team, we will not move forward with the holiday package campaign. Risk too high. Public trust is shattered. From Glowing Media's legal rep, if she speaks out, she violates the NDA. If she doesn't, she looks guilty. We can't save her either way. From a rep at Belliora Cosmetics, she tested well with cry time segments. Maybe we misread what authenticity even means. Yes, brands were literally questioning their entire strategy because of this meltdown. And then came the most unexpected plot twist. A D-list rapper named KP Ruse, who'd been quietly liking and unliking Jess' old videos, went on IG Live and said, "Y'all wanna know the real? Jet told me she had to fake a pregnancy arc to bounce back after she was dropped from a music video deal I got her in. She wasn't pregnant, but she told me it was the perfect redemption arc." And he showed texts. "Ja, can you pretend we fell out? I need a public L to come back stronger. Ja, my audience eats that vulnerability up." The chat was stunned. She's not the pick-me, she's the puppet master. This was never about attention. This was about control. Meanwhile, other influencers began distancing themselves fast. At Beati by Trina deleted all collabs with Ja. At Glow Up Nisha posted never again. I don't do snakes. Even a drift therapist who once praised Jess' emotional openness posted, "Manipulation wrapped in a vulnerability bow is still manipulation. Protect your peace, yelp." The wildest part? Jess still said nothing, but someone else broke the silence. Her mother Dot in a heart-wrenching TikTok that now has 14.3 million views. Jess' mom sat in a dim-lit kitchen, holding back tears. "She used to tell me, Mom, all pain is content if you package it right." And I thought she was being clever. But now I wonder if I raised a stranger. I just want my daughter back, not the character. Cue the world collectively breaking down. But hold up, we're not done yet. Because as fans began unfollowing in droves, and brand deals dried up overnight, someone whispered something that reignited the fire. What if she's planning a documentary? One user said she noticed film crew shadows in one of Jess' recent clips. Another claimed a friend saw her filming confessional-style content with a ghostwriter, and suddenly, a new theory was born. Ja was orchestrating her own downfall, just to drop the ultimate redemption content piece, a fake cancellation, a planned betrayal arc. And in the end, a viral docuseries called Healing Hurt. The Jehvanaj story, the timeline, nobody knew. The content? Still being gathered, but the buzz? Unreal. And just like that, she was no longer just a TikTok pick-me. She became the most dangerously strategic content villain in influencer history. And the worst part, people were already saying they'll watch it just when the internet thought it was safe to log back and Jehvanaj reappeared. And this time, she wasn't hiding. She wasn't crying. She wasn't even trying to explain. She was smiling, and she was caught in 4K. It started with a grainy fan video outside of a low-key Los Angeles cafe. The caption, "Not Jehvanaj looking unbothered af after all that mess." The camera zoomed in and there she was. Jeh, dressed head to toe in designer, sipping on an iced matcha like nothing happened. No tears, no hoodie, no remorse, just calm, poised, even smirking. And then the real chaos started, because hours later, the Official paparazzi pics hit TMZ and Hollywood Fix. And what was Je wearing? A white tee with black bold letters that read, "Crying pays." The internet erupted. She's mocking us. Y'all, this confirms everything. She said all that breakdown was merch strategy. And then, Jess' website, which had been down for weeks, suddenly went live. With one page only. Crying pays limited drop 48-hour sale only hoodies, hats, notebooks, cry emoji keychains. Because pain is temporary, profit is forever. And at the bottom of the site, a countdown clock and a teaser video. Slow zoom into Jess' face, staring blankly into the lens. Voiceover. "You thought you knew me, but you never asked who wrote the script." Flash text. "Documentary dropping soon. I played you because you let me direct it." By Jehvanaj, people lost their minds. The comments were relentless. This is sociopathic behavior. Like, genuinely, "I'm deleting TikTok." She wins. We let her manipulate us, and she's still getting rich off it. But it didn't stop there. A day later, a verified email leak from a well-known streaming service rumored to be Hulu or Max made its way to Reddit. Subject line: content acquisition. "I played you because you let me." Confirmation and payment terms. Insider sources say she got a 7-figure deal for the exclusive rights to tell her own side, to spin the narrative, to own the internet's most humiliating cancellation. Influencers were having meltdowns. At real Camrib. "So you'll just gonna let this villain get a bag off lying?" At Soft Journey, "Everything we do authentically she turned into performance art." At Exposing, "Ja is proof you don't need fans. You just need watchers." And we all watched. But fans? They were torn. Am I mad? Yes. Will I watch? Also yes. She played the long game. And we all clowned ourselves. This is some next-level social experiment shti. And then, one final twist. Just as the clock on her website hit 0, a single tweet went live from Jess' official account. "Some of y'all wanted healing. I gave you performance. Some of y'all wanted truth. I gave you content. But none of y'all ever asked if I was acting the whole time. See you soon." That tweet alone racked up 1.3 million likes, 2.7 million quote tweets, 390,000 replies, and enough think pieces to crash Medium. Come user even posted, "Jehvanaj isn't a pick-me, she's a playwright." And, just like that, the girl who was cancelled, crucified, and completely exposed rebranded herself into the next streaming sensation. The line between reality and performance blurred. The outrage fueled. The curiosity unstoppable. And the world still watching. But the question now is, what if the next scandal is already scripted too? Because if there's one thing we know about Jehvanaj, it's this: she never cries without a camera rolling. And the next episode might already be filming. Whoa. Just take a second. Breathe. Because what we just witnessed wasn't just another influencer meltdown. This was a full-blown digital performance. Heist in Jehvanaj. She might have pulled off the wildest twist in TikTok history. So now we're turning it over to you. Was Je really spiraling? Or was she masterminding the entire saga from day one? Was it breakdown? Or branding? Real emotions? Or rehearsed confessions? Drop your take in the comments, we need to know. Was this girl a manipulative mastermind or a misunderstood genius? Are you still mad? Or low-key impressed? And be honest, are you gonna watch the doc? And don't just watch from the sidelines like this video if your jaw dropped even once. Subscribe if you love wild TikTok exposes and influencer scandals, because this channel is where the truth gets exposed and the drama never takes a day off. And if you think this is over, think again, because another leak just hit the inbox, and this time, it's about a major TikTok mom influencer and the dark secret she's been hiding from her 3.2 meters followers. Let's just say, you'll never trust a family channel again. That expose drops in 48 hours. So hit the bell, turn on all notifications, and we'll see you soon with the next story. Because on this channel, we don't cancel, we expose.